Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the General Hospital recap for September 2nd through 5th. We did not have a new episode on Labor Day. We have a few Port Charles pipelines to get us started. First is from Vaughn. Oh my God, I was getting ready while I was listening, and when you talked about Star Wars, I'm 52 and have never seen Star Wars. When you said Luke and Laura was someone's parents, I spun around my closet and was like, wait, what? Was Jeannie Francis and Anthony Gary on Star Wars? And I had no idea. No. I was so confused for a hot second that I laughed so hard when you were both laughing about it. Anyways, thanks for the laughs. You're welcome.
Oh, that's great. See, I'm not the only one that's like, wait, what? You could tell me something about Star Wars. I would totally believe you because I have no idea.
Yep. Yeah, I accidentally said that Darth Vader is Luke and Laura's dad.
Yep.
Yes, I sure did. And then we have from Sherry, you said the book they were reading was The Summer I. Could it be The Summer I Turned Pretty? It's a Prime original show based off of a book. P.S. Love your show. I'm 35 and have been watching since I was really little.
Aww.
Thank you, Sherry. So I thought that it could have been The Summer I Turned Pretty, but there was somebody reading it last year at the pool. Actually, I think that it was Alexis that, or no, because she was reading it in Kelly's. But I don't think it's The Summer I Turned Pretty. That was my first go-to also, but I feel like there was another word.
Yeah, I don't think that it was either. There was something that made, like, I don't know if it was the cover of it or the way that the writing was, because I know that book because Madeline has it. So yeah, I don't think that's what it is.
But that was my first go-to also. It's just one of those things that's going to drive us crazy, like Budapest Crossing.
Right.
Somebody write that book. But that's it for our Port Charles pipelines. I guess we weren't that exciting this past week, although we did switch hosting platforms. So I apologize for the delay in releasing Thursday's 411, if you noticed, and just bear with us for a little bit as we make this transition because there's a lot of cool new features. You guys really shouldn't notice the difference between platforms, but if there are hiccups or you're like, what the heck happened there? We'll just say that it's the transition.
Right.
And a fun little transition into our 411 for this week. It was a year ago yesterday on September 6th that we started our Lucky Spencer series.
Oh my gosh.
And I apparently picked the wrong time to get married and basically not watch the show for 6 months because, yeah, we're not done. We're going to talk about Lucky Part 48, Lucky and Liz Part 39 this upcoming week. It is Lucky still does not know at the beginning of the episode that he is Aiden's father. And they just found out, they just did the intervention for Luke, and Luke is refusing to go to rehab, so he left Port Charles instead, and Lucky and Siobhan got married. So we still have all that we have to work with.
Yeah.
So yes, what I thought was going to be, and it was just the end of 2011 before he left. This upcoming week is June 10th through July 27th, 2011. So join us. Oh, that's one cool thing about the new platform is that I can create playlists. So I could put all of Lucky under one playlist, and then we can just publish that. It's not released yet, but that we can publish that. And the show is going back on YouTube. So if you did not already follow us on YouTube, please go to YouTube, subscribe, watch it, share it, all that fun stuff, because the platform we had been on did release it on YouTube, and then about a year ago is when they stopped.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm really excited about being able to put together playlists because I think that'll be great, especially for our 411s. That we can say, go to our website, there's the playlist, because we reference our past 411s. That's the purpose of the 411s.
Yep.
So that'll be fun. And I feel like we're going to have to, at some time, revisit the 411s we did at the very beginning, like the Weber family that we just read from General Hospital Wiki.
Probably, but we're going to have to invest more time. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have to do that at some point. Okay. But so, yes. So, talking about Lucky part 48 this week, Lucky and Liz part 39. So, we can just get into Hulu headlines. On Tuesday, a shocking act of violence occurs. Was it really that shocking, guys? Come on. Carly issues a warning. Michael is dismayed. Elizabeth advocates for Willow. Sonny delivers grim news. On Wednesday, Michael confides in Brooklyn. Lucas cautions Liz. Anna and Dante respond to a 911 call. That's a good thing considering they're cops and detectives.
Right? Oh, what? They're supposed to show up?
And Portia makes an announcement. On Thursday, news of a crime sends shockwaves through Port Charles. Anna and Chase interview suspects. Trina is shaken. Trina makes a risky move. And Curtis confides in Jordan. On Friday, Jason is shocked. Jocelyn and Vaughn fear for their lives. Brennan manipulates Anna. Alexis is floored. And Michael gets new intel. And I'm sorry, I don't feel like anybody was shocked by this information. I don't think a single person had an actual reaction other than Willow.
Right.
So where do you want to get started?
I mean, I guess I feel like everything kind of spun off of that because that was really the first thing that we saw on Tuesday. We have Kai and Trina going into Drew's house because they're looking for the results from Heather Weber's tests so that he doesn't have any information on Portia anymore. And then they hear Drew come home, so they run into the bedroom, which I felt like was kind of weird because obviously I've never been in Drew's house, but I kind of assumed that just as easy as it would be to dart into the bedroom, it would be that easy to go out the back door, like just the way I envision it.
Through the kitchen or something. Yeah.
But anyway,
and maybe not go to the place where somebody is when you get home and, you know, if you're in work clothes, typically, at least I, you know,
right.
Go into my room and get in my comfy clothes.
Exactly. And so really there was nowhere to hide because you can't go in the closet because that's where he's going to hang up his suit jacket and stuff. Like, I just don't know why you picked the bedroom, but okay. Anyway, so they go hide in there and then Drew comes in and he does play around in his safe for a minute. I'm not really sure what he was looking for though, or what he was putting in the safe.
He was
or what
putting
he was
the
doing.
ring. It was the ring. Wasn't he playing with the ring? Because he was getting.
Oh, was he getting it out of the safe because she was going to come
Willow
over?
Were reconciling, so I think he was getting the ring.
Okay, I did not. That makes sense now that you say that. I did not realize that's what he had got out of there. But anyway, then he goes back into the living room and has a conversation with himself about how everything is going to be wonderful and fine now. And he takes a sip of his drink and sets the ring on the mantle and is just kind of like standing there, I'm assuming waiting for Willow to show up. And then you hear the gunshot from the outside and then someone come in and shoot him in the back, standing over him. And everyone's trying to analyze this shadow. I think it is Willow. I think we're going to do Willow split personality, crazy, just like she hasn't said that she doesn't remember, but she has not said anything about being the one to mess with Daisy. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be split personality disorder or something like that. That she's
Well, it doesn't have to even be a split personality. It is she is in a desperate state, you know, and she is having kind of like blackouts, you know, but she knew what she was doing to Daisy. She just couldn't stop it.
So, yeah,
like, is that
I
what she's going to say?
I guess. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking they're going to be under the same diagnosis as she just like snaps in the moment and then doesn't recall it whenever she's not in that state. I don't know. But that's just my guess. And then
I did say Willow last week.
Okay. I mean, everybody's had different guesses. Like, obviously, there's a laundry list of people that wanted him dead, us included.
I guess Willow before he even got to. When did I say that? Was that last week or the week before that I said I thought that Willow was going to be the one that took him down?
I think that was the week before, but yeah. I didn't think it was going to go down like this. I actually thought it was going to go down more something like what they did with Rick, of like just being angry and hitting him and not realizing how hard they hit him and then him end up being dead. I did not imagine it being with a gun. Which, as I say, that makes me kind of think maybe it's not Willow then, because I don't know that she has a gun. But anyway, we'll see.
Yeah, that person definitely knew how to use it.
Yeah. I'm not sure then. But then Kai and Trina come out and see that he has been shot, and before they can even think of anything to do, then a car pulls in the driveway, so they leave. I was disappointed that they were so dumb as to leave out the back door then and not think about the fact that there would be footprints because it had been raining. And then Tracy comes in and sees that he's laying on the floor and calls 911 because now suddenly she cares because he's her nephew.
Well, she even explained that when she was talking with Michael about how in that moment she didn't see Congressman Cutthroat. She saw Alan's son.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad she called 911. That is what someone should do. Kind of like we joked about Natalia.
She didn't
like,
kill
you don't
him.
just stand there. Right.
But where she didn't kill him, or where no one did, where she didn't shoot him, it's totally in her best interest to call the police. There's a show called Did the Killer Call 911? Or it's 911 Did the Killer Call? It's weird to watch. I think it's on Max or the ID Network. But the episodes cover 3 stories, and one of them is The Killer Called 911. And the other ones are not. They're just regular 911 calls.
Got it.
That's it. I just wanted to tell you about a new show.
I was just waiting to see if you had something else to interject on the drama.
Well, but I mean, it is because they say that, that's where they have to start the investigation is with the 911 call. And one of the first things they have to decipher is, did the person who made the call kill or commit the crime?
It's a good place to start. I like that. I don't think I realized that. All right.
No.
But then they wanted Tracy to stay so they could question her. And that's whenever she said, look, he's still my nephew no matter what. I need to make sure that he's okay. And I don't know, like they went over the normal crime scene as far as, there's shattered glass.
Well, she wanted to protect Monica because Monica, even though Drew has been doing what he's been doing. Okay. I said they should have had when Drew and Willow's affair happened because the timing of it was perfect with the donation of the wing. That's when they should have had Monica's last act would have been removing Quartermain from Drew's name. And that's what she died. Like that caused her to have a heart attack and she died. And then Drew has to live with that. I don't want this. I don't want this now to be what kills Monica is that Drew is shot. Right. No, they lost that opportunity.
I agree.
It's not just tying it together because Drew somehow successfully got custody of Wiley and Amelia, which he wouldn't do. But, I agree with Tracy that obviously Monica's going to be sad because her husband's son is not dead, just shot. I was so excited. I was cheering it on like it was a football game. I was go, yes! And the field goal. But we still lost the game because Drew's alive.
Oh, man. Well, so they took him to the hospital and they need to perform emergency surgery. But Portia was in on that surgery. Do you think she messed something up? She's a little eager to help.
Yeah, but I think that she's learned her lesson and she knows that she couldn't do anything because she would be the first one looked at because of,
everyone doesn't know.
No, because Nina brought that up. That was such good, subtle blackmail and accusations at the end.
Yes, I did like that. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I felt torn. Like, in one way, she should mess it up on purpose because then we can just be done with Drew, and Portia obviously wants to be done with Drew. Oh, I thought it was disgusting that Portia was in Isaiah's bed, like, 5 seconds later. I'm not going to say it's okay that they hooked up at the hospital because that was also whatever, but just because you hook up with somebody one time, like, as a mistake, because you're upset because you just had this horrible fight with your husband where you realize your marriage is over, that does not mean that night you're, like, having a sleepover, climbing into bed with them. Like, you have no remorse at all?
Right.
That was awful. I was so upset about that. Like, that's just no. You could at least ease into the relationship. Like, how's she gonna explain that to Trina? Yeah, I got the call while I was at Isaiah's. Like, anyway, I guess that does tell us that she's not the shooter though, because she was busy doing other things.
Or is that her alibi? I think that's her alibi.
Really? You think she's the one that did it?
I think that that's what she's going to, although she can't, because then that's controversial. So, because that was my first instinct was, oh, if Portia did it, Isaiah's her alibi.
Yeah.
And then we
I don't
brought
think
back
that she did it.
Jacinda. And then we brought back Jacinda. So are we supposed to think that Jacinda did it? I said on James' show that I wanted a good whodunit, and I think we might actually be getting it.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that they were making it not that we were supposed to suspect her as the killer, but that she was going to kind of invalidate Michael's alibi because he's going to be like, I was at the bar with this woman. And even if she says, yeah, I was at the bar with him, everyone's going to be like, okay, we already know that that girl is like for hire. So how much did you pay her to say that she was having drinks with you when really, you only saw her for 5 seconds or you didn't see her at all? No, the bartender, I would hope would be able to collaborate his story. But if not, I mean, bartenders get busy. They're not paying attention to everybody all the time. So if they don't remember that timeline or where, who Michael was with specifically, then
Right.
I don't know that the police are really going to buy that that's the alibi, since we know that you can pay her to say pretty much anything.
True.
Because Tracy did call Michael out on when I went to see Drew. I saw your car further down the road.
Yep.
So what were you doing there?
Yep.
And I didn't tell the police that. So get yourself an alibi.
Well, she even said, you need to be thankful.
Right.
She's like, don't be sorry. You need to be thankful because I saw you.
Yes. And he did come into the house whenever so apparently Wiley woke up from a nightmare and Brooklyn was taking care of him, but called Michael. And whenever Michael came in, he was all wet from the rain. So it does make it suspicious. Like, was he?
Well, but that's all of them were. Willow was.
Nina wasn't really. She just lied and said she
Right.
had to go home and change.
But everybody that I think we're supposed to think, because Tracy was. No, Tracy wasn't because the rain had stopped.
Right. Tracy wasn't and Portia wasn't.
That was what they were suspicious. But that's why they were suspicious of Tracy, is because she wasn't. So she would have been covered when it was raining.
Right.
But I think that's the thing, is that we're supposed to think that Michael or Willow did it because they were wet. Tracy, because she wasn't.
Right. I don't know. I would like it to be one of like the normal people just because that would make it so much more interesting. But then I'm also wondering, because that was like, I feel like that's not a gun that everyone owns. That makes me think it was one of like Sidwell's people.
Right. Did Sidwell hire somebody?
But why would Sidwell want him dead? Because they were supposed to be working on Measure C together.
If he thought that he was losing him?
Maybe. I don't know. Like, as much as everybody hated Drew, I don't know who hated Drew enough to actually kill him.
Hates. Because he's still alive.
Okay, hates. Sorry. Wishful thinking on my end.
Because remember, he pulled through.
He did. So far, he's just in critical condition or whatever.
Yeah.
But we did see Willow. Willow did faint. Like, she did not have any idea of what happened. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
And then Anna asked Chase to question her, and she asked, can you be objective with this since, you used to be married to her?
Right. I don't know why that was even a question. Like, we know that Chase was just talking to the judge about her and her kids because they had that whole conversation about it. Because Willow even said, like, obviously I'm upset. Like, it's been a stressful day. When they asked why she was out in the rain, she was like, I had to take a walk because it's been a very stressful day. I just found out that the judge that was on my kid's case after Chase told me she might be willing to give me some visitation, that now she was found murdered. And so it was a stressful day. So why in the world we're letting Chase say, oh yeah, he can be impartial? I have no idea.
And he even told Anna one of the reasons why he can is because Willow and Drew are getting back together or reconciling. And Anna's like, yeah, but that's not saying that she couldn't have done it.
Right.
So I don't know. I was very disappointed. I was so excited. I mean, what were we talking about? We were in the kitchen talking about something, and I very excitedly told JD and Erica, "Oh, they just shot Drew."
Oh, that's funny. I did like the twist that they did with Scout, because we heard last week that Drew had everyone that was even remotely related to Scout served
Yes,
with papers that said that they had to stay away from her. And so Alexis and Molly were trying to overturn that decision now that Drew was in the hospital, because they didn't want Scout to go to family services. And then it turns out, oh yeah, I had kind of forgot, even though we talked about it.
right.
That they had those papers drawn up that said that Willow was the next of kin to Scout because they were supposed to be getting married. And so now she
Yep.
has custody of Scout. And I did like that Elizabeth stepped in and was like, you guys can stay at my house. It's fine. Like, I'll help
Yeah.
you. But I'm hoping that Willow is smart enough to see that, especially now, that she needs to let her hang out with the rest of her family. Like, if you don't want her to go have sleepovers, that's fine. But let Grandma Alexis take her out for lunch or something like that, because she needs her family.
And I think she will, because she was very shocked by
Mhm.
Alexis saying, "Are you aware of this?" And she was like, no, did not have
Right.
a clue.
Yeah. But that was a
But
nice twist.
but I liked one of our fans writing in having Molly wind up getting custody, because that's actually what I thought was happening when Molly came back and had that look on her face. You know, I thought, okay, Molly was up against the judge and trying to explain. And it's like, oh, yeah, maybe we shouldn't have Alexis, because she does have the history of, she fell asleep while watching one of the kids.
Right. I was going to say,
What?
she has a very sordid past.
And then there's Christina. So Molly could have been like, you know what, I'll take her. You know, and
Right.
I thought that was going to be great. But yeah, I
I feel
definitely
like
was not remembering the Willow part.
I feel like they would have a conflict with that, though, because isn't Molly still living at Alexis?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So she couldn't take her kid. They alluded to something earlier. I don't know if it was last week or this week, though, that Christina's not still living there.
Well, Christina has her apartment. She never moved out of there.
I thought she moved in for a while after all of the baby stuff.
I think she did, but I don't think she ever gave up her apartment. I think she just moved in for when she was feeling unsafe with herself.
Okay. Yeah, I was picturing that they both still live there. We saw Ava give Christina the sleeping pills that she had got last week, that was last week, right?
Yeah, from Lucas.
From Lucas, so that Rick wouldn't be such a bother or whatever. But we never saw Rick this week.
We did not.
He's just hanging out in the basement.
I mean, he has nothing else to do.
I mean, I don't picture that they're putting him somewhere else. I just figured there'd be more conversations. Like, they're checking on him, right?
I mean, they should be feeding him. That'd be ideal.
And he probably needs to go to the restroom at some point in time, or like, are we at least putting some?
I've always wondered about that. Like, what is the bathroom situation in a kidnapping?
I don't know. Like, you've heard, anytime that you're watching a true crime story, people will tell stories of, like, I was locked in a room, and so I had, like, a 5-gallon bucket or something like that. But Drew, the way that they have him, like, they're changing diapers at that point. Rick. Sorry, not Drew. Rick.
You mean Luke and Laura?
Right. Right, exactly.
Obi-Wan Kenobi's locked in the basement.
Oh my god.
Rick is not like Obi-Wan.
No.
I'm going to do that one day. I am going to do Star Wars and General Hospital counterparts.
Oh my gosh, I will be so
It'll be a special edition for our fellow nerds. If you have an idea of which General Hospital character would be which Star Wars character, please let us know at peer54podcast@gmail.com.
I think I'm going to be sick that day. You can just handle that all yourselves.
It'll be a special roundtable just with Shannon.
Anyway, Rick in the basement, so they must have some adult diapers on him or something.
Probably.
But that's weird too. Like, I'm sorry. I don't want to change my ex-husband's diaper or my sister's dad's diaper. Like, what?
Right. Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
I don't know either.
We have to find a transition from that.
From adult diapers.
Yeah. Where are you taking us?
I'm not sure how to transition from adult diapers. That's a problem. Yeah, I don't know how to transition there. I'm sorry. What do you think Cody's calling about, though?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm interested. That's what I'm interested in for this upcoming week is what's Cody calling about? Because Christina and Molly are talking about how they can't overturn the decision for Scout and that she's going to go with Willow and isn't that better than family services, whatever. And then her phone keeps ringing and it is Cody and Molly doesn't answer it because she's in the middle of this conversation. But we never got any, we never flashed over to Cody to see why he's calling Molly.
Cody's not the one that killed Drew or shot Drew, right? No. If we're doing that, just stop it right now.
Right. No, absolutely not.
Maybe just because he heard about the shooting?
Maybe. I don't know.
Ooh, do you know what's probably going to happen? Is Tracy's probably going to be charged and then Martin's going to defend her.
Oh, that would be good. Okay. That would be good. Oh, Martin went to Lulu this week and was like, hey, let me give you this great story, but you can't use my name. And even Lulu was like, sir, I can't run a story with absolutely nothing to substantiate it. I need more information.
And other than him trying to get her a good story, you know, to really boost her up and everything, he forgot about Laura and how it's going to look to have the mayor's daughter also, you know, being the one doing this, not just his niece. She is also the mayor's daughter. So it's not going to look good the whole way around. And I'm sorry, Lulu going to everyone being like, it's off the record. She's on record 24/7.
Absolutely. Right. Her trying to talk to Willow. Like, you've never had an interest in Willow ever. Why are you suddenly trying to talk to her like you're friends? You're not.
Right.
Leave her alone. But I did like that her story that she wrote then about the life and question mark death of Congressman Kane.
Colorful life.
There you go. Colorful life. That was what made Michael realize that the girl he had been talking to was the stripper or hooker, whatever she was, that Drew had been taking body shots off. Escort. Thank you. So,
yeah.
He's going to realize that his story may not have the same amount of weight that he thought that it was going to. And then she was in the office with Portia and Nina saying, hey, I need some more money because if you didn't know, people that you pay off assume that you have unlimited money, so they always come back for more.
Right. I don't know where to go from there. Oh, Brennan. Okay, I don't think Brennan was trying to give Carly an alibi with Anna. Like, I don't think he was actually saying that for the purpose of giving Carly an alibi. I think he was just saying, yeah, Carly was with me when she found out, because the way the conversation happened that he said something about, and that's when Carly got the call about Drew.
Right.
You know, I don't feel like that was an intentional, by the way, Carly was here, did not shoot Drew.
Right.
But he found out that Colette is...
Yes.
Bad.
Yes, the number that Joss had given last week was not the right number. And so Colette is scrambling around the office trying to find any shred of evidence. I was glad that he finally caught her because I was kind of annoyed that she just kept doing whatever she wanted to do. And it was like, oh, he had no idea.
And you're telling me that man does not have a bug in his office, that there's no cameras?
Apparently there's a lack of cameras in Port Charles, period. Like, we need...
The head of the WSB.
There's our $1 million moneymaker. We're going to go sell cameras to everyone in Port Charles because they've never heard of them before.
Do you want to know my thought?
What?
Who does Vaughn look like?
I don't know.
Whose kid could Vaughn be?
I don't know. Whose kid could Vaughn be?
Frisco.
No.
I think he looks like Frisco. And I think that there's something there because remember, Brennan kicked Frisco out of the WSB, like as being director. He kicked him out. And it seems like there is something that he has on Vaughn that's keeping him there.
I do not want him to be related to Frisco.
Well,
it's bad enough that Frisco abandoned his daughters. Now we're going to have a son out there that he never did crap with.
But he did. He brought him into the WSB, and then there's
Okay,
something going
that's not
on.
good parenting. No, that's not doing something with him. That's bad. No.
Okay, well, I'm just saying that if Vaughn comes out as Frisco's kid, I called it.
All right, I'll let you have that credit, but I hope you're wrong.
If he starts singing,
Oh, geez.
all I need to Joss.
Oh,
Oh my
Joss's
gosh! Oh my
clothes
gosh!
will
Oh my
fall
gosh!
off.
If they could just have him say, "All I need is a little more time."
Oh my gosh. No. Um, Joss
That
was
would make
trying
it
to.
interesting, at least, because right now I feel like there's
Oh,
nothing.
he is the worst. I agree. So I would like him to have some type of backstory that makes him more interesting. I just don't want it to be that. But Joss this week was trying to figure out like what his feelings were because she's like, would you be upset if I was killed? Would you have done something if they tried to kill me? And figure out what he's thinking. And then Britt comes back and gives them manicure scissors so that they can cut themselves free. And she just keeps like asking Joss, like, what are you doing here? Like, how are you part of this? And Joss is like,
Right.
why is it so hard to believe that I'm part of WSB? And she's just like, yeah, no, this is wrong.
Yep.
And then she tries to call Jason. And at first her cell phone won't go through. And then finally she gets through to him, but it's like all staticky and whatever. So he comes back and she's been taken because they've caught her on the phone. But she was smart enough to leave a note that said how to find her lab and what the code was to get in. I thought it was going to be the code to get into where Joss was, though.
Joss was. Yes, that's what I thought too. I thought that he was going to open the door and realize, oh shoot, I need to get her out of here before I find Britt.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what he's going to do in her lab. Like, there's just no way that Jason can be that close to Joss and not find her and save her.
Right.
Like, that has to be how the storyline goes. So I don't know
agree.
what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing in the lab. I was very confused. I was like, wrong door, sir.
He found someone, but he found somebody. Somebody's in there.
Yeah, somene's in there, but
And
it didn't
it's
show
going
us
to be
who.
Phazon.
Is it?
It's going to be Phazon.
I don't think that's who it's going to be. I'm sorry.
It's going to be Phazon.
Okay, you just keep saying it, you know?
He's going to be like the brain from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like his head's just going to be in the jar, like in the middle of his body. Do you know who I'm talking about?
What?
My gosh, what kind of an 80s child were you?
No. Mm-mm. Sorry. I'm sorry. I disappointed you. Ryan would be very, very disappointed right now. Also, he loves the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Sorry, I got his name wrong. His name is Krang, but it's the brain is like living in the guy's stomach, like in a aquarium type thing going on. I don't
like the name sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't know. Like I watched it here and there because I was an 80s child, but yeah, it wasn't my favorite show. Sorry.
I'm not saying it was my favorite show. I just know that part at least. I don't know all of it, but I mean, I feel like that was a pretty popular visual, you know, a brain in someone's stomach.
Sure.
In an aquarium.
Sure. Anyway, oh my. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be the brain in an aquarium. And I don't think it's going to be Phazon, but I'm not sure who it's going to be. I hope it's somebody good, though. Like, I hope it's somebody that we recognize.
Are you saying that it being Phazon would not be good?
Phazon would absolutely be good, but I think that's just too obvious. The whole internet has already guessed that. I know you and JD said it first, but the whole rest of the internet has caught up by now. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know who it's going to be, but I hope it's somebody unexpected.
I think Phazon would be unexpected.
I just don't know where they would go from there. Like they would really,
that'd be exciting.
They would really have to explain how he knows Sidwell and all that stuff. I mean, we're going to need that explanation anyway, but I just feel like, I don't know, I expect bigger and better things from Phazon than dealing with Sidwell.
Weren't you the one saying that, who's the professor?
Dalton.
That you thought he might be working on Huntington's research?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So there's the connection. And he's actually doing the animal. Yes, because we talked about this with how animal testing is such a tricky subject, because if he's doing animal testing on things to possibly help people with Huntington's not suffer,
right,
that's a That's a very, very gray area. And I think that's something that when Emma learns about that, I don't know.
I don't understand how they're all going to be connected because it seems like Brennan and Dalton are connected, but it also seems like Sidwell's in there also. And I don't understand what Sidwell's, minerals that he's selling to Deception because he's trying to take over their whole company has to do with finding a cure for Huntington's.
Maybe the minerals also are being used in the medication.
So we're going to fight over these minerals. What's more important, a cure for Huntington's or beauty products?
Yep.
Okay.
I wasn't going there, but
I
guess
just don't.
That is where my options led us. Yes, I'm sorry.
Right. I don't. Yeah. I hope they're more creative than us in this aspect because I don't see the connection. But that's fine. I like to be surprised. Maybe Faison has been using these beauty products for years, and that's why he looks so creepily good after all these years.
So creepily good.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because I think that I imagine Faison is like 900 years old already, and he does not look it, but at the same time, he doesn't look good. Like, I'm not looking at him being like, hello, Faison.
Well, yeah.
So, creepily good. Is that not the right words? He's like a vampire hanging out with Caleb, okay? Like, he's old, but he doesn't look that old.
Brennan's younger than I thought he was. Because when they used his birthday, when you pointed that out, that it was his birthday, he's only a year almost to the day older than Erica.
Yeah.
Which means he's going to be 48 next month.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I thought that he was older than that.
I don't know. I feel like we're led to believe that group of people are anywhere from 40 to 60, even though we know that Liz
I thought he was like
is in her 40s.
Because that's what Laura or Carly.
Yeah.
Like Carly's mid-50s.
Right. I don't know.
So selenium is, in a 2023 study, found widespread selenium deficiency in the brains of Huntington's patients, and it's also in beauty products.
There you go. All right.
For anti-aging.
Okay. Well, I hope they pick the Huntington's cure over the beauty products.
Yes. Sorry, I was kind of just curious after that.
Right. No, I love your Google searches. I'm trying to think what else we missed though. Oh, Kai and Trina. They're gonna have to come back to the fact that they left footprints, and like Kai even said, he had a reason to be in Drew's house, but Trina didn't. So are we gonna turn around and try to pin it on Trina because she would have motive because of her mom? And if they knew that the results were in the safe, Kai took them to be nice, but that could actually complicate things more because now that explains why Trina was there and what she was doing. So they burned the evidence, and then Stella came in and was like, why does it smell like burnt paper in here?
Yep. She had a reaction to Drew being shot.
Yes.
So I don't think it was Stella.
No, I didn't think that it was Stella. I feel like if Stella's committing crimes, it's like the insurance fraud. Although it's bad, it was to help the greater good.
She's Robin Hood.
Yes, exactly. I don't see her killing people, even Congressman Kane.
I agree. But Kai definitely, he went right away to answer Anna's questions. Mm-hmm. And she was like, what's his calendar? Has he had any? She's like, I think she basically said, like, other than what we know in the public, are there other issues? Oh, who could have done it? Possibly Ezra.
Yeah.
Because if he thinks that Drew is paying more attention to getting back together with Willow than his agenda.
Yeah, I mean, Ezra is definitely a slime ball, so I could see him killing someone for his own good, but I don't know.
Oh, don't make it one of the boys.
No, I don't think it would be.
I don't think so either. Although that was funny at the beginning of the week when Anna's like, why did you call Sonny first? And Danny's like, 'cause that's what my dad told me to do.
Right, exactly. I have to follow what my dad says.
Oh, but no, Kai was then giving her the list of people who have keys to his house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Scout's missing now. That's how we ended the week was that.
Yes.
Yep. So now that's the question. Oh, If they seriously make it one of the boys, because who else would take Scout? Because that's what the issue just was.
Maybe he has Congressman Kane. Maybe he has information on someone else. And so they were trying to threaten him by kidnapping Scouts. I'm not sure why they would also then shoot him, but maybe it has something to do with that. I don't think that
I
Scout's going to
hope
be.
so.
I don't think that Scout's going to be taken by the boys. Like if she wasn't kidnapped by someone bad, not that every kid needs to be kidnapped, but that seems to be something that they do. If she wasn't kidnapped by someone bad, then I think she's just going to have like wandered off on her own.
Well, that's what my first instinct was she overheard something about her dad and ran away.
Yeah.
You know, that.
Or even if she just heard that her dad said that her brothers can't see her, she ran away to go see her brothers.
Yes. Okay.
That's what I would assume that it is. I don't know why anyone would kidnap her, especially if they were then going to shoot her dad. Like that's
right,
just, it's one or the other.
Ransom doesn't work that way if you kill the person who's supposed to pay it.
Right. Exactly. So I'm assuming she just wandered off. That's my guess.
Ooh, but there was still that letter that Martin found in Drew's house to Monica.
Yeah.
Did that have something to do with it?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of would like it too, because that was so mysterious and like out of nowhere that it would be neat if it connected a bunch of stuff, but I don't see it.
Too bad it couldn't be Austin, because we already know that Roger Howarth just went on to The Young and the Restless.
Yeah.
Roger Howarth.
I miss him.
I mean, there's always recasts, but
yeah,
we could get him back.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a good whodunit. They have me stumped. I don't know.
Yep. And I truly don't think it's the boys. I'm just saying, because I was just thinking of the height of the shadow appeared to be more slight.
Right. I think that they were trying to push us towards like Willow or Portia, or like you're saying, one of the younger boys. But I don't know. Like motive, absolutely Willow, but I just don't know about her having that gun.
What about Marshall? Wasn't Curtis just telling Marshall the last time he was back that Drew was causing all kinds of problems for them?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just throwing everybody out there now.
You are. You got everybody under the bus.
Well, because I want it to be, I'm with you. Like, I don't want it to be, well, no, you said you want it to be one of our regulars.
I said I don't think, in the way that it was done, I don't think it was one of our regulars, but if it is one of our regulars, it's Willow, because she's going to have like altered state of mind kind of thing.
We could avoid doing that though in one crime. We could avoid.
Yeah. No, I agree. It would be like a total shock if they just pulled it as like it's somebody that works for Miss Wu, because they know that he's working with Sidwell, and Sidwell framed Miss Wu and sent her away. Like that would be awesome to just totally out of left field be like, oh yeah, it was a bad guy and this is the connection and this is why. That would be awesome. But I don't know that that's what they're going to do.
Oh, I did like Diane meeting with Sonny later in the week, and she's like, okay, so who am I preparing a defense for? You, Carly, or Michael?
Right. That was funny. I love Diane.
And he just tells her, I don't think any of us. So,
right.
I don't think it was Michael. Michael wouldn't do that. No, he wouldn't do it.
No, because I think that he realizes that the issue with Willow, like, I think he does want Willow to be able to see the kids, but the issue with Willow is in her. Like, you could kill Congressman Kane, but if another love interest popped up that was pushing her in the wrong direction, she would follow that guy too. And you can't just take out every guy that Willow's interested in that may not have the same vision as you do for your kids. So I don't think that that's like, Willow needs to fix what's wrong with her in her, not in the people that she's hanging out with.
Right. All right. I feel like we could do an entire episode of speculating who it could be and why.
Right. No, I think we went over everything this week, and those are the guesses of who it is. Who done it?
I know that we talked about Nina and Willow, but did we talk about the fact that Nina gave Willow supposedly an alibi, but basically it's just going to really hurt her in the end?
No, we didn't mention that, but I feel like Anna knew as Nina was giving it that it was a bunch of made up stuff because she's like, I just happened to see her walking out of the hospital.
Well, because then Nina said that she was wet. And so she went home, got changed, and then came back to check on Willow.
Mm-hmm.
I do hope that Willow goes to Anna and says, hey, I had no part of that.
Right, exactly. Because if it ends up being Nina that did it, now Willow's tied to it, even though she had nothing to do with it.
Exactly.
Is that everything then?
I feel like we are forgetting something, and I just can't figure out what it was.
I think that all that happened in the beginning of the week was stuff that ended up obviously leading into the rest of the week. Like Portia and Nina, I think wasn't it Portia and Nina meeting at the Brown Dog and her talking about how her and Willow were so estranged, and then Portia is talking about how her and Curtis were done for good and whatever.
Yes.
And then that kind of like played back in because then Portia said to Nina, well, you were just whining about how you and Willow have no relationship. And
right.
Nina was kind of like, yeah, but you're going to back me up anyway because I have stuff on you.
Yeah, but they didn't say that. They said it, but they didn't say it.
Right. It was all very subtle. And then that's whenever...
It's just like amazing that you suddenly went on a walk with Willow and you were just talking to me about being so estranged and heartbroken over it.
Right. And Nina's like, yep, it was amazing. The craziest things happen.
And then Lulu came in and asked Portia.
Oh, yeah. Lulu bugged everybody this week.
Maybe that was everything. I mean, everything pretty much went together, so that was really nice.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about Curtis. What did he do? We saw him. Oh, he talked to Jordan about his marriage to Portia.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And about how, Portia mentioned that perhaps she was actually just a rebound from Jordan.
Yes. He said that they had been brutally honest with each other.
Yes. Is that being brutally honest? That's a little weird.
I mean, I feel like because it was the end of their marriage, they were being brutally honest with each other, but it was all stuff that, depending on how you analyze it, like Portia should have known that to begin with, so.
Right. Okay, I guess that might have been it. Oh, because then they kind of just complained about, like, what's Portia's problem that, Curtis called her for help with legal matters the same way that anyone would call her for medical, but.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so that's it.
Reality check.
How was your week?
I'm sick, as you can hear in my stupid voice. It came out of nowhere, and I'm annoyed because it started Thursday, and Friday Emily finally graduated from cosmetology school, which she's been working towards for the past year. It took her a little bit longer than it was supposed to, but we got there, and she's just so happy. Obviously, I'm proud of her, but what matters more than my proudness is the fact that she's proud of herself. So I can't wait to see, where she ends up. She takes her test to officially get her license this upcoming week. So she's on the way. But I was mad because Pitt had its band and cheer weekend. So all the local schools were invited to come and march in the parade and play with the band, and all the cheerleaders got to go and learn cheers from the Pitt cheerleaders. And I was supposed to go because Madeline was going. And I was just like, yeah, no, I can't. I'm going to die. So luckily, another cheer mom was able to bring her home. But she enjoyed that. That was pretty much it. It was a chillax week until I had the two exciting things coming up, and then I got sick for them. So
that's how it happens,
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's my exciting news. Once Emily gets somewhere, then I will be announcing where she's at so everyone can go get their hair. I'm thinking she's going to stick with color because although she knows how to do haircuts, color is her passion. That's why she got into the industry. So I can't wait to see the funky things that she does. It won't be on my hair because I'm boring, but the different colors that she does for other people will be fun. So
it will not be on mine either because I
come
just
on,
don't
Shannon. No. You love purple. Don't you want purple hair? Come on.
I already did that. I did that one time. I did it, and then I'm done.
Yeah, I understand.
I was never going to color my hair. And then people started making their own hair platinum. And I was like, fine, then I'm going to color my hair. I just can't. It just doesn't interest me to do the upkeep.
Right, right.
It's fine for people who do.
Yes, I'm impressed with the people who do. Like, they're there every 6 weeks or whatever for their haircuts and to get their root touch-ups and
Yep.
all that stuff. But I'm just not that good at keeping track. So, but yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
that was our exciting week that I was sick for. How about you?
So my daughter was sick for a lot of the week. She was sick right before we went to Cedar Point, and then she was fine for Cedar Point. And I really, really do think that if she was not feeling well, she would have,
Yeah.
we would have stayed home. But she's had this annoying cough all week. And then, so we didn't go to the gym at all this week because I wasn't having her hacking up a lung at the gym. So we pretty much just had a very semi-chill week. We went and saw Hamilton in the theater on Thursday, so that was nice. And then last night she worked for that coffee place at an arts festival. And so she's actually with her dad this weekend, but we went to go see her, and JD was like, she's going to wonder why we're showing up to all these things. I'm like, well, they're bringing her to these interesting things that I didn't know about.
Right,
So,
exactly. It's an excuse for you to check out something new and get to say hi to her. That's awesome.
Exactly. So, yeah, that was pretty much it. I guess I'm boring.
We are boring.
But yeah, we won't be that boring when we're talking about Lucky and Liz.
Right.
This upcoming Thursday.
So have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.